another episode of the Dark Rose Podcast. Your boy CJ, the host here, man. And right now, uh, I got a little sip of this latte I just made. But check it out, man. Let's talk about it. Shit, I mean, come on. I wasn't gonna do this because everybody and their mama is talking about Love Island, and I'm not gonna get too much into it, but I told the wife like I'll watch one episode a week with you because that shit come on every day. So I'm not like gonna be sitting here watching this shit every day. But I do occasionally watch some stuff, and then obviously it's all over Instagram, it's all over TikTok, it's all over social media. So I gotta speak on some stuff. I saw somebody post something that I thought was very valid. They said like this is the prime example of like millennials versus today's generation. Like you can tell that these I'm gonna call them kids. I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm 39 years old, about to be 40. I think I'm at the right I can call somebody a kid. These kids, early 20s, mid 20s, are kids that grew up in the COVID era. I mean, COVID was a thing for them, whether it be in their in high school days, middle school days, whatever days they was in it. This was COVID because there's certain ways they move through communication that was like, really, you know what I'm saying? And shout out to my girl TT. Look, come on now, represent y'all, represent KC and TT was representing the West, boy, and I feel you. Like they didn't talk differently. They did their little swag and they did their thing. TT came in there like a boss and said, "Listen, I'm thin, and she's standing 10 toes down for a man." That's some West Coast shit. That's what I'm talking about. 10 toes down, y'all. And I appreciate her doing that shit like that. But Casey, yeah, you might have could have moved a slightly different, but I ain't think that you did anything that was wrong, brother. And not because you're black, but I'm just saying like that was some way how I felt about that situation. You know what I'm saying? You know, sincere, bro. I mean, I mean, nigga. I mean, I had to sip some coffee for that because I mean, they out for your blood, dog. They out for you, bro. I mean, people are trying to give old girl like endorsement deals so they not fuck with you. That's some crazy shit, nigga. When your daddy come on there and tell you doing wrong, he's probably saving face because he's like, dude, like, come on now, like, I can't be in the streets like this and people saying this stuff about me, like, how'd you raise such a kid? Because this is Love Island. Because after this, everybody's gonna be underneath a microscope for a little bit. You know what I'm saying? So but shout out to Sincere's dad coming and say, like, man, look, I didn't raise you like this, like for real, for real. You know what I'm saying? And then was Melanie, I think Melanie, am I saying it right? I don't know. I don't watch the show that often, but her mama that came in talking that Spanish, come on now. She laid some wisdom down for everybody. I mean, she was the true winner of Love Island this season. Like shout out to mama. She was saying some real stuff about, your heart is sacred. There's dudes out here trying to get the one chance and you giving people second chances. I believe in second chances. Don't get me wrong. But hey, she right though. Like, there's some people out there like, come on, girl, come on this way, boy. I treat you right. I'll treat you right. And as far as my really thoughts on this whole entire show, this season was just super. It was just super sexual. I mean, like it was super soft porn. It was given taxi cab confession. Some of y'all might be too young for that shit, but I'm just saying it's giving off like some type of seduction island and all that's temptation island. Like, and some of these motherfuckers can't kiss. They just can't kiss. I was watching the After Sun show with the wife, and they brought up a cool fact about how like, well, not cool fact. They asked the girls in the show. I think it was Mackenzie, the Hispanic girl that's with I can't remember the fucking name. You guys know what I'm talking about. But they asked who were the best kissers on the island, and both of them, all of them said, well, Casey was a really good kisser. I'm like, Casey, boy, got that West Coast kissing going on. We know. That's all I gotta say about Love Island, though. If you haven't watched the show, I know there's some men out there who are like, damn, I don't watch this shit. Just watch a couple episodes with the wife when she watches it. It's a cool little bonding thing. Maybe it'll get you on the mood. Who knows? Might have to jump each other's bones afterwards. I don't know. Oh man. Well, I love while we're on the concept of TV shows. I love TV shows. I watch some what I probably feel is maybe some unregular shows that majority of the population probably don't watch. I'm just saying that because I haven't really met outside of one person that's watched this show that I've watched. It's this show Silo. I don't know if you ever seen the show Silo. Silo is like I love a good post-apocalyptic. I can't say the word right, but you know what I'm trying to say. Show, you know what I mean? And this is it, man. It's about basically there's a community of like I think it's like 10,000 people that live in a silo underground. And for far as they know, they're the only ones that live down there, and the earth is not safe to go back up. And anytime you commit like a violent crime or any type of like, violent crime or whatnot, or you get too old and you age about to age out, they do this thing and say they send you out to clean. What that means is there is a screen or a camera that looks out onto wherever the part of the earth they're on, and it looks all devastating, all that stuff. So at over time, the camera gets dirty. So what they do is, since it's outside and they can go outside, if you about to die, or you committed like some type of big felony where they're not, prisoning you for a long time, they'll send you out and they ask you to clean off the thing, your last bit of service to the silo. And people majority they do clean. Some of them don't clean. But this has been happening over years and years and years and years. They've been down here for centuries. You know what I'm saying? And it's a cool show, man. I like the character development on the show. I like our stars who are on the show. I'm not a person now. If you like big time names, I'm not a person that's gonna sit here and let you know all the names. I don't know all the names, and I didn't do any research on the names. But what I can tell you is it's a good show. It's a good show. I mean, just understanding like different levels of like everybody down there has a job, and everybody has to do their job in order for the total society to function, which is how it's supposed to be kind of in the world today, I guess, in a way. But in this show they really make it a point to be like, yo, people that have to that do the generator, the people that have to do the food, the storage, like there's like departments, and each department is made so that everybody in the silo can function correctly. And since it's a silo, they got hundreds of floors, bro. Like I don't know how many floors there is, but they have people that are messengers who have to like take messages up and down the silo stairs, which is crazy to think about, right? Diggers, miners, all kind of different things in this show. But the real caveat has been coming now. We're in the third season, and we're starting to find out why they're in the silo and what happened to get them down there. And now we're starting to see a little bit of a character development in some new characters and some existing characters that didn't have that much in season one, season two. But here's my thing though. If you watch the show Silo, season three, I'm like, mini spoiler alert. When she comes back into the silo and now all of a sudden she has a memory loss. I thought that was a fucking cop out. I'm not gonna lie. I thought it was a cop out. For her to have a memory loss was a cop out to me. But you know what? Hey, to each his own. I think that was poor writing. I think there was a different way to go about it. I think you could have utilized the fact that she was at the other silo. She came over. She couldn't get in. Like there was more to be done with that story. But who knows? Maybe it was the only way to explain certain things. Now we do live off of this last episode of finding out how the other silo got to where they were at. That's right, there are other silos. That's a spoiler alert. I am sorry to tell you that, but you do find that out. But then again, if you're thinking as a human being, you're like, we can't be the only ones that survived. There's gonna be more than. But then over time, people are just being literally manipulated to think that they're the only ones left. They're not allowed to have what they call relics, which is like anything from the past. Like you see these pops or all these things I have that they're not allowed to have physical things from the past because it will help jog their memory that there was something outside and they will want to go outside. And it's one of my favorite lines is from the movie Men in Black, right? And I apply it to a lot of different things, right? It says, the person is smart, but people are stupid. And basically saying, like, I can tell an individual person that, hey, there is a world outside. There's other places outside and all that stuff. And I can convince that one person to be like, yo, but it's not safe. It's not safe. But if I tell the general masses of people, it mean widespread panic. It'd be panic. If Trump came on today, right, and I'm pretty sure, I mean, he has, but never like super officially said it. At least to my knowledge is, hey, I'm letting y'all know, aliens exist, and here's what they look like. And they came up with a picture of an alien, and like, we have captured these aliens, or they've been on this planet. Da 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 da. Now you gonna have crazy motherfuckers out there looking for aliens. Then you're gonna have crazy motherfuckers out there trying to convince the government to let me see more of the aliens and all that shit. Like, because it's crazy. We got shows calling Finding Bigfoot. We got shows calling Finding Bigfoot, where they're trying to find a giant ass ape looking man that's walking around the earth. And it's a whole ass series. People be doing that. Can you imagine? We got the whole aliens on the ranch and all this stuff. I forgot what the name of the show is, but you know what I'm talking about. All these damn shows. But if you haven't watched it, Silo, I did a sidebar. But I can tell you the main show that I've been watching every Sunday is House of Dragons. Now, I'll be the first one to admit, I was never a big House of the Dragon fan. Love Game of Thrones. That's my favorite show of all fucking times. Game of Thrones is my shit. I live and breathe that show. Okay, matter of fact, I even host Game of Thrones trivia at the end of every show on Sunday at the Hound Bar. So if you're in LA, you're close to Southgate, see me at the Hound Bar. But listen up. I never loved House of Dragons. I didn't like the whole jumping of years. I didn't like the story. I didn't like the fact that we kind of know what houses are not going to be there because we watch Game of Thrones and all this stuff. But these last few episodes have got me saying, oh, okay, that makes sense. Now, the thing I'm not going to like is the fact that they're going to get rid of, and this is another spoiler alert, obviously, but I mean, it's not a spoiler if you watch Game of Thrones, but they're going to eventually, all the black people in House of Dragons, which I fucking love. There's a photo of all of House Valerian, the Sea Snake and his kids, all black. I mean, all black. And there's a picture of them on like them talking, and this is a father trying to do right by his kids that he had out of wedlock, and it was just like we got the black story we wanted, but we all know they're not going to be there in Game of Thrones because that house is dead. That house is dead. They're gonna die. That whole entire house. So that means all the black people are gonna be extinct when it comes to Game of Thrones. And I'm sad about that shit, bro. I'm fucking the Greyjoys. The Greyjoys are gonna survive. But the motherfucking House Valerian, all the black motherfuckers, the Sneak Snake, they ain't gonna survive. That's my only gripe about that show, about House of Dragons. But like I said, these last few episodes though, man, I've been enjoying, man. Like Rhaenyra, her character development, her now becoming into the queen role, actually being a queen. I'm like, damn, I gotta rule now. Like, this shit is more difficult. You know what I mean? What they say is it's easy to get it, but it's harder to maintain it, to keep it. You know what I mean? Heavy that wears the crown. These are all the sayings that comes with being a ruler, being a king, being a leader. You know what I mean? You say you want it. Like, my buddy says that to me before. Like, and I was stressing about him, like, how much I want to be an MC, I mean, as a host and all this stuff. He said, listen up, man. If Jimmy Fallon, whatever, said, hey, I'm retiring, I want you to take over, can you do it today? And I'm like, oh, shit. Like, the confidence in you want to say yes. But the reality is, I don't know if I'm ready for that level yet. At the time, I don't think I was ready. Now it might be different. I don't know. But you got to be ready. So, like, you say you want to rule the kingdoms. Are you ready to actually rule? And now you get the chance to rule. And now you got to worry about people being hungry, riots in the streets, people holding food away, dragons killing motherfuckers. Like, it's just an endless circle when you are a king. We saw it with Robert Baratheon. He didn't want to be a king. He didn't. He wanted to fight and win, which he did for Robert's Rebellion. He did, and he won, and he became king. But he did not want to be fucking king. And this is seems to be a cycle when it comes to Game of Thrones. It's like everybody who is king really don't want to be king. Jon Snow, great fucking leader, right? Every role, even as Lord Commander of the Night's Watch, he didn't want to be it, but he got chosen. He didn't want to be king of the North, but he got chosen. When it came to the Iron Throne, he was the rightful heir to the Iron Throne, but chose not to sit on the throne and follow Daenerys. And even when Daenerys becomes ruler of Meereen for a little bit, she's like, damn, like, I thought I did all these things, set the slaves free. She had a slave come to her saying, this is the only thing I know how to do. Now she's like, I don't know what to fucking do. Like, it's all these things, like how to rule. And a lot of them just don't want to. It's out of spite. The only people that really wanted to rule was Cersei. Cersei really wanted to rule some shit. She did. And I'm glad Sansa is just now the queen of the North. And by the way, we always talk about like all the other characters. Like Sansa, when she got older, when she the queen of the North, she was a looker, girl. She was a looker. I was like, okay, Sansa. Mm. What else? Damn, what other shows I've been watching, man? I watched some kind of weird shows. Oh, there's another show I'll be watching. It's called Castle Impossible. What I love about Castle, it's a renovation show, and it's about this couple who came from California, and the girl, her grandfather owned a chateau castle in France, and I'm like, nigga, this is the dream. I wish I had somebody in my family that had a castle or a chateau, and so basically they are fixing up the chateau. This, and I'm just like, this is dope. They're doing a lot of renovations themselves. Whatever they can't do, they hire outside. And the way they have the money for this is because the grandfather had built a business on providing wedding venue at the chateau. So they do wedding services there, which helps pay for a lot of the renovations at the chateau. And they've upped their wedding inventory of events there. And now they're trying to have renovate more rooms in the chateau in order to bring in more money for the chateau. And it's crazy to think about, bro, because we say we want it, man. And then you got to think back in the day, how did they really pay for this shit? Because, well, now they explained to us that she had to pay an inheritance tax, and it was like close to $1 million, almost close to $1 million. I want to say something like that. It was some big ass price, but she had to pay that before she can actually fully inherit that chateau. And then you're talking about centuries of just dated material in that chateau. So they got to updo plumbing, updo the windows. They have a 2 to 3 football fields of just land that, and the majority of the ones in front of the castle, the chateau, they have to, it takes the guy hours on top of hours to fucking mow the lawn. Can you imagine if you had to mow a 2 football fields, every once a week? Like, come on, fellas. Come on now. Half of y'all don't like, y'all just like, I'm going to leave that shit up to the gardener and let him cut the grass. Some of y'all, y'all got like a small little, I don't know, maybe out in the backwaters of, Arkansas. I don't know, wherever you at. You got land, so you kind of understand the feeling of that. Here in Cali, we can't understand what the fuck that look like. Our little yard, we pay somebody $50 to come down, cut the yard out, whatever, do your thing. But over there, when he got to do that, crazy, man. And I don't know why I like this show. Maybe because I love a renovation show. Because I'm like, and I've always wanted a castle. Let's be real. That's like a fantasy of mine as a kid. Like, I want a fucking castle. I want a castle. Why not? And watching this show made me really think about it. Like, could I do it, man? Could I do what they're doing? I mean, like, it's a lot of DIY. They doing a lot of DIY. And then the guy's father just happened to be within construction. I don't know if this is like and he was part of the military too, which is cool. And but it's just them two, man. Um, but they're doing a great job. Castle Impossible. The show's on HBO Max. HBO Max. It's called Castle Impossible. Check it out, man. It's just a renovation show. It's just an easy watch, and it takes place in France. The chateau's about 15 minutes outside of France. So if you know, when I go to France, I gotta go see the chateau and hopefully walk around it because it's a show I've been watching. And they do, I do events and they do beautiful weddings there, man. And I'm just like, who would not? That's like a fairy tale, dude. Getting married at a castle, bro. Getting married at a castle. I wonder how much it costs. I need to look online and really see how much that shit costs to get married there at the chateau. I forgot the name of the chateau called, but they call it the chateau something. Can you just, you know what I'm saying? Can you just, that's the ultimate flex. I got a mansion now, nigga. I don't got a mansion. I got a chateau. I got a chateau. Half you niggas don't know what that shit mean. I mean, I don't even know exactly what chateau mean. I know that shit should mean big shit. A lot of land. A big castle looking house. After that shit mean. Well, but in the show, the dude, because they're boyfriend and girlfriend, they're technically not married yet. They're boyfriend and girlfriend. But so the guy, Molly said both from Cali. She go back and forth to France all the time because of her grandfather, so she knows fluent French, and he don't. And I didn't know this. In order for him to actually stay there for his visa, he has to learn the language, and he has to pass a test to learn the language to stay in there. I'm like, oh, bro, I have a hard time with Spanish. I had a hard time with Spanish. I don't know if I can learn some French. But I guess I would have to if I want to stay in that chateau. If I want to stay with my girl, I live in a chateau. Because I'm leaving. I'm leaving Cali if I get a chateau. I ain't gonna lie. If I get a chateau and I got a way to make money to keep that shit up, I'm leaving in a heartbeat. Shit. I'll be a new black Frenchman and I'll play some soccer. I'm only saying that because of World Cup shit, bro. Yeah, I've been working some of the World Cup games, so it's been an experience. But just to know how other countries do things. But it's been a great experience, I'll tell you that. You know what, man? I think that's it. I mean, I'm watching some other shows, but there's nothing to really dive much more into. I will say this: some of the other shows I've been watching is real small. I like live action anime. I don't like anime. Like for example, I've been watching The Last Airbender, the live action version. Really like that show. I finished the whole entire season in like 2 days, so that was dope to see that. I like that. One Piece. Never been a One Piece real anime fan, but I like watching the actual live action one. So those are two shows I like to watch. So if you like anime, um, or you don't like anime but you still like the concept of like just the characters and stuff like that, check out the live action versions, man. And it might do you justice. But this has been CJ, y'all. This has been the Dark Roast Podcast, and thank you for tuning in. This is like conversation I'm going to have more and more. Um, Different kind of setup, different kind of area. So we're making things work. And yo, whether what you're doing, man, keep doing what you're doing. And I'll see you when I see you. Peace.